why I'm saying more and more my sessions are becoming educational sessions so the fear can be taken. Yeah. That's the only way. I can't be with everyone all the time. I said, no, I don't want to see you again. You come to me one time, that's it. You take care of yourself now. Yeah, okay. Okay, you may see me 2-3 times, but at the end of it, you are going to have your own health. So you're going to be with yourself. Right? Okay.
I was trained with traditional Chinese medicine and acupuncture in 5 elements. And Sangeeta and I discussed the difference, because you asked, well, yeah. We often talk about not, but we do talk about
Right. It's the same.
but at the one level it is the same. But it's intriguing to see how
Yeah.
the likenesses are. I could always come and give a talk on it.
A Chinese traditional medicine.
And 5 element acupuncture.
5 elements acupuncture.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm just saying that we do
Yeah,
talk
very
about it.
similar.
Yeah.
Yes.
How do you deal with changing time zone?
Yeah, that was a good question. Yes, that's a very good question. So actually when you're in the air, you're most of the time it's the vata going on most of the time. So I think the best way to deal with that is I keep telling people who are flying that on your flight, keep it warm, just sip hot water, have something warm, don't have anything cold. Because when you're flying so much, when you're changing time zones, okay, your body will take, usually it's 3 days for any, even when we do treatments, 3 days the body takes time to adjust itself. So during those 3 days, keep it warm, keep it grounded, not so much if you can. But a lot of people are on the go, and I have seen people who've had issues because of this, because of too much traveling. Too much traveling. Because in Ayurveda we say, the things will accumulate in the primary sites that we talked about. So if somebody's vata is going high, like example, our case, it's going high. In the first 3 months, maybe it'll accumulate in the colon, and then she might have constipation. But if the lifestyle goes on like that, it gets into the bloodstream and goes to your weakest sites. So if your weak site is your knee, then we say there is vata in the knees, and then we try to get it back into the colon through. That's why in Ayurvedic clinics you see a lot of massages and stuff to bring it back into the GI tract, and then they expel it from there. That's the rhythm. That's like the biological Ayurvedic anatomy and physiology. That's how they do it. But as layman, as a person, the best thing we could do is if we are jet lagged or we are dealing with time zones, just ground yourself, just fill yourself with something warm. Changing time zones will usually happen in air travel. Yeah, so that's air again. So we just balance that with air. In earlier times there was no air travel, so it was a slow transition, going from one time zone to another, and they rested. So I know it's a challenge, yes. It's a challenge. Yes.
How do you relate Ayurvedic healing to ailments associated with aging, such as loss of hearing, arthritis, etc.?
Yeah, so like we said, 40 up, we're getting into vata. So as we age, try to make your diet more warm, more grounding. But also with age, our fire is going to go down. So when we say heavy, don't have too heavy foods because your body cannot digest it anymore. You have a lesser fire element. So with aging, even in India till today, the older people who know Ayurveda, who have lived it, they will constantly oil themselves, every second day or every third day they do self-oil massage, and with natural seed oils, whatever you have at home. It could be olive oil, it could be sesame oil. India, they use a lot of ghee. It's from, if you're vegan, ghee is the clarified butter. Yeah, so they did a lot of that, self-healing. I saw my grandmother. She lived to be 100, but she knew her pulse. And she had no issues. But it came from the generation before, but she couldn't explain it to us scientifically. But now when I looked back, she did all the things that were needed to balance the vata. She would oil herself every day, but no issue. Okay, she had an enlarged heart, but other than that, she kept very active. She would even eat a pizza in between, you know, at 100. And she was very active mentally. Even the day she died, I mean, she passed away, she was washing her own clothes in the morning, and then she just said, okay, we called the ambulance, she wasn't breathing well. She said, my hospital card is there, take it out, and don't let the men touch me, you know, like you guys do it, like, you know. So it's like, so you see that it was also a mindset that she could let go of many things. She came from a very traumatic in 1947. She had to leave everything in Pakistan overnight. She said we just had to flee our houses and our shops, and they had to flee because we were the Hindu families. But none of this showed in her. She would tell us the stories, the horror stories, but always have a funny bit with it. Like she said, somebody actually stabbed her brother-in-law, and she said he just ate some puris and all the puris came out. So we started laughing. The story was not traumatizing her. So I think that played a big role, that she could let go of everything. It's not just the food, and it was her ability to adapt. She could use the remotes. I mean, she came from a village in Pakistan in 1947, and she passed away in 2002 or 2003. She was using the remotes, you know. So it's like, that was something I saw with my own eyes. So aging, I think it's about letting go and adapting to what is now. So don't fear aging, it's going to come. I mean, I feel that all of us at times, it's going to come, it's coming, it has to be, and like we said, no, now you understand the element. As you age, your vata element is going to go up, your air element is going to go up. So if you're going to position yourself negatively, the air is going to express itself negatively and give you more fear and anxiety. But if you are going to stay positive and keep a positive mindset, you're going to be a creative person, and you can share your wisdom with the rest of the generations. So it's how you take it. It's how you take it. But yes, the Ayurveda does focus on the inner practice. I think the more, actually not with aging, even from childhood, they keep up this practice. But now no longer in India, it's also become very modernized. But yes, we were all encouraged to keep contemplation or meditation to go within. And I think that gives a very clear consciousness. You get rid of all the fear and anxiety. I don't know, I know we all are trying to go anti-aging, anti-aging. I will not do anti-aging. We balance with our age. We balance. Keep harmony. It's nature. It's nature. You just move it.
Have you looked at Google's solution? Ayurveda, to cure this remedies.
I know that Ayurveda also has this, a lot of advertising and gimmicks going on, that it can cure all remedies, cure all.
Ayurveda bad knee. The treatment involves retaining pain relief in warm Ayurveda oils over the affected area for a duration of time using ground flour.
Yes, we have that.
Following by gentle massage.
Yeah, we call it basti. So if you have a lower back pain, we make a dough kind of a well and we place it on the lower back, and just, it's again balancing elements. So if there is an air problem there, you know, on the lower back, because of air, the joints will get cracking and the joints will also start to deteriorate. So that's why they use that over that area, so the nerves and the joints. So then we keep pouring warm oil and then we remove it. It's called basti, retaining oil. Yeah, it's called, and they do it around the eyes, but I don't attempt that because many people have eyes
So the
surgery.
flour is just to retain the oil, keep the oil in that.
Yeah, just basically giving the moisture and the heat to that area. Because vata is cold and dry, so we are giving the moisture and the heat. So usually it's done for that. But for it also, a lot of practitioners I did question them on this, because I had a client who had a little space here in the vertebra, and the doctors wanted to operate, and she wanted to do this over here, and I was also very new, so I questioned the doctor, who was Ayurvedic doctor, and she said that yes, retaining